Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Heart Chant's Irvine Chapter's live broadcast of Introduction to Meditation. Just a few ground rules before we get started. We are a non-religious spiritual practice, so anyone with any kind of background are welcome to join us. And please, before you begin, do find a quiet place to attend this session and try to avoid any distractions during the session. The session will proceed with teaching for about 20-30 minutes, followed by Q&A. So as follow the lesson and you have questions, please feel free to enter your question under the Q&A section. And following the teaching, the Q&A session will be, I will be feeding the question to our teacher today. And if any questions that's not answered, we are also broadcasting live to Facebook. So if there are questions on Facebook, as well as any question that's not answered during the session, it will be answered in the session either tomorrow or our next week's session. So once meditation starts, it will be a guided meditation. Feel free to meditate as long as you feel comfortable, and you can exit at any time. We will not announce the end of the meditation so that we will not disrupt your flow of meditation. And please do not record any of the session as the content is proprietary to Heart Chant. With that, I would like to welcome you to our today's teacher, Donald, known as Jamie.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another session. Okay. Welcome to another session of Heart Chant. And let's take a few minutes to quiet our mind and slow down our tempo in midst of this busyness, shall we? Just take a few deep breaths. Enjoy the inhaling and the exhaling. Now, please open your eyes. I don't have anything particularly interesting to look at, but pay attention to what I'm about to share, because this is my last sharing for this 4-week session. In the next 3 months, we'll have 3 different teachers. We'll go over the basic practices of Heart Zen. My job here is really trying to illustrate the benefits and what Heart Zen is all about. As you know, all meditation leads you to enlightenment or awaken from your dream. It's really a fancy way to put it. In other words, try to awaken you from what you thought. That's what you want. As I repeatedly mentioned from week 1 until today, we live in a 2-track road. We want the heart track to lead the mental track. Okay. So whatever your mental track is, thinking, judging, is secondary to how your heart should feel. We should always let the heart feel to guide the decisions that are made by our mind. And since our heart always feels peace and love, and that's what we should always be the goal. Whatever decision we make, does it generate peace and love? Not just for us, for everyone around us, for everyone that's involved. Because the universe is as a whole. Everything happened in the universe has a reason. There are times we don't accept it because we don't understand it. Because we were using our mind, we're not using our heart. For instance, like there is sunshine and there are cloudy days. And if you want only the sunshine and don't like the cloudy days, then it's your problem. Because we need the clouds to get the water recycled to nourish our plant. We need spring and we need fall. So when all the leaves fall, the new leaves will grow. We have day and nights. We have sun and moon. The Taoists say that's a balance of yin and yang. But the center of it is our heart. So whatever your mind think it is not. It is incomplete, and that's what I would say. Whatever your mind think it is, it's incomplete. I'm not happy. Well, because it didn't satisfy me. But who is this me? This me is a very little thing in the universe. It's like a little ant, based on our visibility. I'm worried. We're worried because we don't know what's the purpose of this new phenomenon that's happening. Why is my kid not listening? Why is my spouse is revolting? Why, it's not my expectation. It's all me. I'm disappointed. I'm angry. All this I am thing, it's all mental. And once we let our heart in charge, all this mental will diminish. All these phenomena that we received, whatever it is that we received, will not generate all these reactions because this is all incomplete understanding. This is incomplete comprehension of the purpose of each moment in our lives. Heart Zen is a practice. It's like If you want to learn golf, you go to the driving range, right? You hit balls after balls, you hit the different clubs. But until you go to the course, you will never really know how you can handle it. The purpose of hard time practice is to let your life to live in a liberated fashion, liberated from all the sufferings, from all the mental anguishes, from all the unhappiness, from all the suffering, from the worries and fear. Why we have fear, why we have worry, it's all caused by our mental. Once you get into the course, the golf course that is, then you will really know how to go back to the driving range and practice some of the area that in your opinion is not good enough. So the hard time practice is really a get you ready to live a truly wonderful life, to get to know the purpose of the universe, to look at the whole, the entire harmonized universe, the complete universe, not just partial. Whatever we do in our lives, it's just partial. You know, when I was younger, I had a goal to play all top 100 courses in the United States. Now I'm 74, and I probably played 5. You can't do that. I mean, there are limitations to what we are able to experience. So hard time practice prepared us to not to depending on our mind. It prepared us to utilize our heart, but we need to apply it at every moment. That's why I keep on mentioning, slicing cucumbers. If you focus, you truly will enjoy it. And all these moments like taking a shower that, make sure you soap every part of your body. Not only that, those focus at each moment enable us to do a better job at what we're doing. But also, it will prevent us from all the worries and fears and all these reflections from the sensory that we receive from our eyes, nose, ears, and smell, and forms. Yeah. So it serves both purposes. While we can focus, we'll be able to truly sort of ignore or abandon or desensitize to the events that's happening around us. So the key for hard time practice, which the remaining 3 months will be introduced by 3 other teachers, that is just prepare us to live in this wonderful world. Hard time practice is also, I would compare like learning ice skating. Okay, I don't know how many of you ice skate. When I was in middle school, I spent all my movie money on ice skating. I loved ice skating. When I was at the USC for 2 years, I also took an ice skating class, a real figure skating class. And, I learned to skate figure 8 back and forth, So I'm a decent ice skater. I mean, enough to enjoy the game, the sport, actually. And, of course, it's never good enough to do any kind of showing or dancing, but I truly enjoyed ice skating. What I discovered from teaching other people to ice skate was, they always lean on me. They always lean on the rail. If you go to an ice skating rink, you will notice people always lean on the rail or lean on me. And I usually skate backwards and hold both hands of the beginner and let them to go forward. And they always, have all their balance on my hand instead of them. And you know what? That will never work. Once you lean on somebody, you have no longer the sensitivity or the awareness. You have no more awareness of your own balance, and you can never learn how to skate. The idea is, I always tell the beginner ice skaters to don't lean on me. Just hold my hand just in case you're going to fall. And I always demonstrate it by just standing in the middle, and when I lean forward, my skate will move forward. When I lean backward, my skate automatically skate backwards. I mean, if you try that, you will learn. But most of the people cannot do that in the first session. They're always afraid. They're always worried. That's our nature. Same thing with hard time practice. If we cannot lean on anything. Shakyamuni Buddha said it from the very beginning. If we detach from ego and detach from Dharma, Dharma means methods. Dharma means guidelines. Dharma means teachings. Because all guideline teaching is incomplete. Because it will not cover all the situation you're facing. Right? Just like learn ice skating, you may fall forward, backward, So usually when we teach ice skating, the first thing we teach is how to fall correctly, so you don't get injured. But since hard time practice, you won't fall. So there's no teaching, how you should fall. Only thing we be able to share with you, you will discover in later sections that it is up to you to let go of your fear, let go of all the methods, all the guidelines, all the advice that you have acquired throughout the years. So someone call it the unlearning process. Once you be able to let go of the fear and the worry and whatever you think is right and proper, all of that, once you'll be able to feel your balance, once you'll be able to feel the conditions of your body, mind, and spirit, then you have awareness. To reach enlightenment, according to Buddhism, is to reach absolute awareness and absolute equality. And therefore, awareness is the key. If you want health, you need awareness to know whether you should eat another bowl of rice or not, or another bite at the steak or not, or maybe lobster. Awareness is the key to your mental, to know that you're still thinking about the same thing. You're still worried about the same thing. You're still fearful of the same thing. Awareness is the key to your spirituality. Whether you are relief, you are in peace with everything. So once we had awareness, then we can write, manage, and live our own life. Otherwise, teachers can come up with 1,000 ways to guide you. Oh, if you're worried about your kids, you do this. You're worried about your parents, you do this. That's never going to be complete. There's so many psychology books and all these counselors. But we have the innate ability to manage our own lives. We have the innate ability to be aware of the conditions of body, mind, and spirit. And we once we're aware of that, we know how to fix it. The key is, most of the time, we're not aware. We're trapped and we're jailed by our mind, by our ego. So hard time practice very simply is a practice. It prepared us to live a world that is peace and love and respect and equality. Respect is equality. That's what it is. So I'm sure since we all have that, we all can feel peace and love. The equality, I mean, to get equality, you need to get rid of your mind, I was a very arrogant person because I was doing so well in business and schools and and sports and dating girls but deep down inside, we all know what's wrong with us. So therefore, I want to conclude this 4 weeks of sharing by saying that just stop thinking, just stop analyzing, stop discriminating, stop judging. Try to accept everything as is. Try to see the wholeness of everything instead of partial of something. And I often said, we were brought up to be someone. But someone is so incomplete. I remember when I was a kid, I always want to be the know-all. And there's this one of the children magazine, there is the know-all PhD or know-all doctor. And he submit a question, he will answer. So I said, I want to be like that. Then I learned, to be somebody like that, I need to be able to accept and respect the perspectives of everyone. Because everyone come from a partial background, a partial knowledge, a partial understanding of any issue. That's why we have all these arguments and discussions and all these wars, because we disagree, because we have different perspectives. And then I later on learned that once I accepted all perspectives, I no longer have my own. There's no need to have your own, because everyone from their perspective is a valid one. Then you know what? Once I stopping having my own perspective, my life becomes easier. My wife won't pick on me anymore because I have no opinion. My son and my daughter love me more because I say yes to everything they wanted, let them experience their own way. Be early rather than later in life. So if you can accept everything, the Buddha has a Chinese name called Ru Lai Fo. Ru Lai means as is. Fo means Buddha. So Buddha is as is. Everything as is, because the nature has already balanced and harmonized everything in our lives for millions of years. And for 100 years of our lives, if we live that long, we can only have a very tiny, small peek at what the nature's provided for us. There's no need to try to analyze why it's like this or how it's like this or what I should do. Just accept and enjoy. That's what life is all about. So Hantan practice will prepare you, give you the methods to slowly deconstruct everything in your mind or unlearn everything you learn and let your awareness rise from your heart and truly liberate yourself from a true purposeful life. That's my sharing today. I don't know whether there's any question or not.
There is one question from an audience, a practitioner. I'll just read it. I had a drug addict that took advantage of our compassion and hospitality. No matter what we did or said, help him. I'm sorry, one second. Help him do. Okay, no matter what we did or said, helping him do more than continue to abuse us. It's caused health and relationship problems. The only thing I could do was run him off. How can I accept and enjoy abuse? Would you like me to read that again? Is that clear or?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay.
That question, based on abused us and causing relationship issue with us, is because we feel we have something to lose. We either lose or become angry, or become unexpected, because we have expectation. It's not whether the drug addict's problem. It is we need to always begin with our own perspective. What if there's a financial issue? We should be able to help based on our available resources. It's a relationship issue. We should never have any expectation of what it's supposed to be. I always say, people don't like me. It's the way it should be. Why should people like me? Why should people respect me? Why should people love me? So if we always think using our mind, saying this is hurting me, this is hinder me, this is hinder us. We have putting on too heavy a weight on ourselves. We're nobody. We're just like wave in the ocean. We are affected by everything around. The idea of our heart and practice is not to be influenced by anything that is a form. Because the reason he's a drug addict, there's a cause. There's cause and causes and causes. We don't need to know why. We don't need to how. We don't need to change. Because our ability to change has only one way, that is love. And love takes time to be felt. I hope that answers the question. In other words, however the world, how dark the night is, how injustice the event is, it's all form. What we needed to do is do not be influenced, do not be affected, and continue on with our heart, which is love and peace. I hope that answers your question.
I currently do not see any other question.
Okay, thank you. Then let's meditate. I introduced a very simple, sort of the beginner's meditation technique, which is just belly breathing. And even though, later on you will learn we have a lot of techniques, but any one technique, if you can truly, truly focus on it, as I always been mentioning, we need to be focusing. If you can truly focus and focus on the belly breathing, you can reach a certain stillness. You can reach a certain spiritual state of being. You may even see lights and electricity. It's all methods trying to quiet our mind and raise our awareness in our heart. And we always advise to sit up straight, because only when you sit up straight, your organs are in the right place. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on the ground, even though sitting on the ground has a little bit more advantage health-wise. It's better for the chi flow because it open up your hip. And curl the tongue to touch the roof of your mouth. Always breathe through the nose. Most of us breathe about 7 seconds, 10 seconds each cycle. A few seconds in, a few seconds out. The idea is to be able to breathe 30 seconds a cycle. 12 seconds in, 12 seconds out, and 6 seconds hold. But there's no need to count the seconds. Just breathe within your capability. Don't hold your breath on purpose. Just inhale, 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 tiny bit at a time continuously. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And then hold, and then exhale, exhale, exhale at very slow speed. Try to relax the mind and focus on the breathing. Feel the chi into your nose, into your throat, into your lung, into your belly. Inhale, 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 inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. At about that speed. Inhale, 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 inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Do it as long as you can, as slow as you can, and focus and feel the path of the breathing. And very soon you're going to feel some heaviness from your crown chakra, which is Chan chakra. That heaviness will penetrate into your head, will cover your scalp, will pump your earlobe. You're going to feel tingling sensations at your earlobe, at your face. It will travel down the side of your necks, into your shoulders, your arms. into the palm of your hands. You're going to feel some vibration and warmth in your hands. The qi will continue to flow in. Now the qi from the 10th chakra, which is the crown chakra, will enter the center of our head into the throat where the breathing channels are, and into our heart, actually into our chest. Your chest gonna feel warm. Now if you take a deep breath, you'll be able to feel the energy penetrate right through your crown chakra into your body. You're going to feel the energizing effect of the inhaling. And if you slowly inhale and then slowly exhale, you're going to feel the relaxing effect of the exhale. If you inhale, you may also feel a little bit coolness on your skin, on your face, on your arms that is exposed. And when you exhale, you're going to feel a little bit warmth on the exposed skin. Try to be aware of your breath. Try to feel the joy of breath. Whatever fear or worry that pop up or expectation pop up, just ignore it. Don't chase after it. Try to stay in the moment of breathing.